Christina, thank you very much for joining us this evening. We can see even there behind you, no electricity there in Ukraine yet again tonight. What sort of Christmas...
No heat either.
And no heat, and no heat. What sort of Christmas are people looking forward to?
Well, I'm in a Christmas setting, as you can see, but we're looking forward to the Christmas setting without electricity, heat, water, internet. So without basics that we considered, a must-have. So we have to adjust, and we have to get used to living without these things and work our schedules around. So for example, they just turned off the lights. Their lights were on for about 2 hours in the whole day. They turned it off, and they will probably turn it on in the middle of the night. So most of the chores that we used to do in the daytime, for example, like cleaning, washing, we have to do at night. In the daytime, and charge all the utilities that we have, like little lamps. Like I'm using right now a rechargeable lamp for this program to record it. And power stations like EcoFlow that is powering right now my internet and my computer so I could give this interview. Generators that could provide light, because the whole day without light is very difficult, especially when you have food products and refrigerators and small babies and so on. So this is something that Ukraine right now needs most of all for Christmas. So when you're thinking of a Christmas gift, think about giving a gift that will keep on giving and will save lives, because this winter is going to be really, really dark, cold, and difficult to survive for many Ukrainians.
And in particular, the heat or the lack of heat, I think it's -8 over there at the moment. How are people coping, especially people with young families and small children?
You can see my breath. Yeah, and I'm inside of the house. It's hard. We use sleeping bags. We try to warm up one room in the house using little stoves, basically cast iron stoves. We use wood fireplaces like this one. So like right now I feel quite warm because I have a couple of sweaters and I have the fireplace going. So all those kind of things, basically think back to World War II and how things used to be back then and how people used to survive back then. And, I have lots of Irish friends and followers on the Facebook and other channels, and I read comments where they're saying that why we spend money on Ukraine or why we're trying to help Ukraine when Ireland is in such a dire situation economically and politically and what's not. And my response to that is, this is not a war between Russia and Ukraine. This is a war between light and dark, literally. And the dark wants to put us in the dark, right? This is a war between democracy and terror, between Western values and tyranny. I'm an American. My 7-year-old son is an American, and we're here willingly trying to help people, because if everybody leaves and shuts their eyes, who's gonna make a difference? Who's gonna help? So don't think that Putin will stop on Ukraine. It's okay. Hitler #2 and worse.
So just finally then, Christina, you're working there with the Foundation for UN SDG. What does that now involve, and what are you appealing for?
When the war started, we made a conscientious decision to stay. And actually, I'm the only foreign representative of our organization to stay in Ukraine with the whole family and refuse to leave. We opened storage in the base on the 3rd day of open war conflict in Ukraine in February in the town of Vorokhta, which is in the Carpathian Mountains in the western Ukraine, and probably is still the safest area to stay in Ukraine. And there, we provide for more than 5,000 internally displaced people, basically what you call refugees. And also we provide for people still living in the front lines that have little to live on.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for joining us this evening, and do stay safe, and thank you for taking the time to speak to us.
I want to basically appeal to Irish people and remind them that we have lots in common. Ukrainians and Irish have lots in common, including, heritage and Celtic roots and character, and the fight for freedom and for their own land. And I would like to remind what Christmas is all about. And Christmas is about giving and helping. And do consider just going on the side of our foundation and making that present that will save thousands of lives, because we truly provide for thousands in need. The site of the foundation is FFUN SDG-Help UA.org. And I would like to say thank you to all Irish people that already helped us, including Fionn Gravy, Shirley O'Connor, and many others.
Christina, thank you very much for joining us this evening.
Pleasure.
Thank you.